day one, I spawned in as a baby knight in a castle. I shall be the noblest knight this kingdom has ever seen. I was a knight in the mightiest kingdom of them all. The king of this land was loved by the people, but he had fallen ill to an unknown disease. The people of this kingdom searched far and wide for the Holy Grail, the only thing believed to be the cure, but none were successful.
Celio, please, you have to save my dad. You're the only one who can save him. The kingdom needs you.
She's so pretty.
What was that?
Nothing. Don't worry, milady. I'll find the Holy Grail. You can count on me. I set out on my journey to find the Holy Grail, but I had no idea where to look. If I was the Holy Grail, where would I be hiding? I had ventured far, far away to distant lands when suddenly a massive dragon appeared from the skies.
Puny knight, you shouldn't have come here. In 100 days, your beloved king will die. I, Rathalos, will make sure you never return home to save him.
I woke up on day 2, hungry and alone. I could go for dinner at the castle right now. I decided to hunt rabbits. They were fast and very evasive, but I had learned a thing or two at night school. I outsmarted them and hunted them down. Gotcha! After filling my stomach, I explored the forest a bit, chopping wood and crafting a wooden pickaxe. With it, I mined stone and upgraded to a stone pickaxe and a sword. What's a knight without a sword? As I said this, a witch came up to me from behind and started attacking me.
Another handsome young knight I can turn into a potion.
I tried fighting back with my new sword, but I was still too little and weak. Ouch! Oh no, I gotta get out of here. I was small and evasive, but the witch kept up with me. The witch chased me up a mountain, where I hid in a small cave. Please don't see me. Finally, the witch left, but I didn't have the courage to exit the cave yet, so I decided to stay there for the night. I turned around and saw that the cave had some paintings on the wall. Only 1% of viewers are actually subscribed to Celiocraft? That's horrible. We gotta do something about that. I was completely finished and immediately fell asleep. I was so tired, I slept through the entire day 3. But far, far away, somebody was keeping an eye on me.
Why should I not let in Celio? The king is dying.
Because he's a treacherous scoundrel. If you let him in, he will corrupt your sanctuary and use the Holy Grail for selfish purposes.
If this is what you believe, I trust you. If he wishes to enter, he must prove himself by defeating the 4 dreadful titans of this realm. Only the mightiest hero could ever dream of taking on this quest and live to tell the tale.
A most admirable plan, my friend.
I woke up on days 4 through 9, unaware of the crazy journey I was about to embark on. I didn't like sleeping on the floor of a cave too much, so my first quest was to build myself a castle. I found a hill where I placed down the foundation of the castle and built some walls. This is looking much better already. After that, I explored the mines in hopes of finding something that could help me defend myself. After a while, I found heaps of iron, which I smelted and used to make iron tools and armor. I finally feel like a real knight. On my way back, I stumbled upon a massive temple. I wonder if I could find clues on the Holy Grail here. I was about to enter when a baby horse came running out of the temple. Whoa, buddy, calm down. What's going on?
My lord and I entered the temple in hopes of finding the Holy Grail, but the monster inside, it was too strong. My lord died a noble death fighting it.
A talking horse? This world just keeps coming with surprises. But don't worry, you're safe now. Let's go back to my place. We'll get revenge soon enough. We headed back to my base, and I added a small stable for my new friend. There you go. Hope you like it. Now, as a talking horse, you must have a name, right?
I'm Alaric, but you can call me Al. And I love this place. Thanks for taking me in.
I woke up hungry on days 10 through 16. I decided it was a good idea to set up a farm near my base. So I hunted down some cows and chicken and built a pen for them. I rewarded myself with a delicious meal. And just like that, I turned into an adult knight. Woohoo! I feel mightier than ever. And now I even have 16 hearts. Just then, Al came up to me with a request.
Looks like we're ready to go face the monster that killed my lord.
Indeed, my friend. It's time to bring justice to that wretched beast. We ventured out into the wilds again, eventually making it to the temple.
This is it. Be careful, okay?
I headed inside and found myself in a room that looked completely abandoned. I wonder what these levers do. Suddenly, the floor started moving and revealed a new area underneath the temple. I entered the new room and saw tons of stone statues. Whoa, these look so real. Suddenly, I heard a whimper from the other side of the room. I turned around and saw another knight. You must be Alaric's lord.
Get out!
Just then, a terrifying monster with snakes on her head emerged from the shadows and turned the knight to stone.
Who is trespassing in my temple? I, Medusa, will add you to my collection of beautiful statues.
Not on my watch. I noticed that the knight only got turned to stone once he looked Medusa in the eyes, so I made sure not to meet her devastating gaze. It was a fierce battle, and it was hard landing hits on her when I couldn't look directly at her. I finally jumped towards Medusa and slashed at her head of snakes, killing her. Ew, that was crazy. If this is what I'm facing now, I can't even imagine what I'll be facing at the end of my journey. I noticed that Medusa had dropped something. A sapphire? I wonder what it's for. I also noticed a text engraved on the back of the sapphire that read, "Defeat the remaining titans, each stronger than the last one. Improve your worth to enter the holy gates." I guess I need to seek out and defeat other monsters. This journey shall be legendary! On days 17 through 24, I decided to explore the deepest caverns of this land. I mined for ages, until finally, I found diamonds! Whoa! I can't believe it! I found tons more, and decided to use them to craft new tools and even armor. This might be a little too flashy for my taste, but it feels great! On my way out of the cave, I stumbled upon what looked to be a dungeon. I made my way into it and looked around. In the corner of the dungeon, I spotted a chest. A saddle? Maybe I can use it on Al. On my way back to my base, I met an old villager with a message to me.
I have information that may benefit you greatly. Our crops have been ruined by a nasty witch. If you will help us kill the witch, I will give you the information.
You've got yourself a deal. The villager pointed me towards the witch's hut, and so I headed in that direction. Night was coming when suddenly I heard a familiar laugh in the distance.
The night I let escape, and you've grown so much, you'll make a fabulous potion.
No dice! This time I'll be the one chasing you. I charged at her, slashing her with my diamond sword. She tried throwing potions to poison me, but this time I was too strong for her. I took her down as the villager from before cheered in celebration.
Thank you, Sir Cilio. You've saved our village. I shall reward you with my knowledge. In a distant region lie the faraway mountains. There lives the Elder Knight. He possesses tremendous power and knowledge. He knows all about the Holy Grail. You must seek him out. I promise you'll receive great rewards if you do.
Whoa! I will do just that. Thanks! I made it back on days 25 through 33, where I was met by Al. I'm sorry, your master is dead. But the good news is, I slayed Medusa.
Thanks, Cilio. It's okay. You've given me a great home. I couldn't be happier here.
I think I have just the gift for you. I handed Al the saddle I found in the dungeon, and mounted him.
Wow, we look unbeatable. So, where do you want me to take you?
Let's go look for more clues on the Holy Grail. We have to hurry up. The king is getting sicker by the day. Al was faster than the wind, and it wasn't long before we found ourselves in uncharted lands. What is that beautiful singing I hear? I looked around and saw an island in the distance, where the singing seemed to be coming from. I've got to see what's making that beautiful sound. Wait for me here, Al. I started swimming towards the island, when I came across a rock with beautiful mermaids on it. Whoa! Are you the one singing such a beautiful melody?
Yes, Cilio. Follow us. We will take care of you.
Wait, how do you know my name? Well, whatever. Lead the way. The mermaids led me deeper and deeper underwater. I didn't even notice that I was out of air before it was too late. I tried swimming back up, but just then I felt a strong tug on my legs. I looked down and the mermaids had turned into horrifying creatures and were dragging me down. I was drowning, but using my last bit of energy, I pulled on my sword and started attacking them. I was freed from their grasp, so I quickly swam back up to the rock. But suddenly, the sea monsters emerged from the water and ambushed me. It was an intense fight, but I managed to take them down one after another. Finally, a monster bigger than the ones before leapt out of the water. It hit much harder, but with a swift slash to its body, I took it down. Glorious victory! I noticed that the big monster had dropped something. A siren tear? What am I gonna use that for? I guess I'll have to wait and find out. I spent days 34 through 42 expanding my base. I added some more rooms and watchtowers to my castle. After a while of building, I noticed fire in the distance. That doesn't seem good. Together with Al, I rode towards the fire, finding a burning village that was being raided by pillagers.
Pesky knight, stay out of our way, or we'll kill you and take your armor as a trophy.
I could not let them raid this poor village, so I stood my ground and fought them. There were a lot of them, and the Ravager was much stronger than I thought. But I gathered my last bit of strength and cut down every last one of them.
Thank you, sir. How can we ever repay you?
Just doing my job. But if you could hit the like button and subscribe, it would help me out more than you know.
Of course! I'll even leave a comment saying pumpkin pie!
Wow, thanks! Having done a good deed, I left the village and made my way back home on Owl when suddenly we fell through the ground. Ah! We found ourselves in what looked to be a massive dragon's nest. We should probably get out before the dragon comes back. But as I said this, I saw something move on the other side of the cave. I stepped closer and noticed a tiny dragon baby hiding from us. Hey, it's okay. We're not here to hurt you.
Go away. Last time a knight showed up, they killed my parents.
I'm not here to kill anyone. You know, we can help you. What's your name?
I don't have one.
Then how about I call you Rupert? Having made a new friend, we made it back to my base and rested for the night. On days 43 to 50, I decided to go find the Elder Knight that the old villager talked about. But before that, I decided to set up a farm. I made a large garden where I planted various seeds and crops I had found on my journeys. Once I finished the farm, I had a vision.
Please, Father, hang in there.
I don't know how much longer I have. Let's hope Cilia returns soon.
I woke back up and immediately set off on my journey. No more wasting time. I had to find the Holy Grail fast. After days of traveling, I made it to the faraway mountains. On top, I saw a small fortress. I ascended the mountain and knocked on the gates.
Oh, I haven't had a visitor in decades, let alone another night. Welcome.
I heard you possess great power. I'm looking for the Holy Grail and could really use your help.
You've come to the right place. I can offer you knowledge and power you can only imagine. First, I shall train you.
Cool. When can we start? I trained for hours on end, mastering sword fighting, agility, and power. Are we done yet? I don't have much time, and who knows what that Rathalos is up to right now.
Rathalos, you say? I haven't heard that name in years.
You know Rathalos?
Yes. For ages, knights have rummaged the lands in hopes of finding the all-powerful Holy Grail. In doing so, one knight stumbled upon the Cyclops, Rathalos' closest ally. The Cyclops was evil, however, and decided the knight would be his dinner. Naturally, the knight fought back and killed the horrid Cyclops. But Rathalos didn't like this. He swore to destroy all knights that roamed this land. Looks like he's after you now. I will make sure you're prepared. It is time for you to face your final challenge. If you complete it, I will reward you with my secret weapon.
Alright, I'm ready for your challenge.
Your final challenge will be to face me in battle.
The Elder Knight launched into battle. He was powerful, but his old age made him slow and predictable. It wasn't long before I brought him to the ground.
You have done well. You will find my secret weapon in the main chest inside my fortress. Now, finish me off.
I don't want to kill you. It wouldn't be noble to kill an elder.
Kill me! I have lived long enough.
I couldn't do it. I left the Elder Knight on the mountain and went to collect the secret weapon. This must be it. Wow! This armor is stronger than anything I've ever seen before. And I even have 20 hearts now. With that, I headed back home, prepared to face the difficult challenges ahead of me. I arrived back in my base on days 51 through 58 to find that it had been scorched by Rathalos. At least my friends were okay. I repaired the base, making it even cooler than before. Just you wait, Rathalos. I will get revenge soon enough. I turned back to my base and noticed that Rupert had grown into a full-sized adult dragon.
Your crops look so tasty. I had to eat a few. Next thing I knew, I was big. I bet if we tried, you could ride on my back.
I did as he said, and suddenly, I found myself high up in the air. Whoa! Everything looks so small from up here. Being so high up in the air, I noticed a massive gate in the distance and decided to check it out. There has to be something amazing on the other side of this. But how do we open it up? I noticed that the sapphire and siren tier were glowing. They must have something to do with this gate. With this newfound information, I flew back home. On days 59 through 64, Rupert approached me with some news.
I was thinking, and there's this legend amongst us dragons of a dimension known as the Nether. It can be accessed through a portal of obsidian. It's said to have strong ties to the Holy Grail. Maybe it would be worth checking out?
Great idea, Rupert. I'll do just that. Using obsidian I had found earlier, I built a portal to the Nether and stepped inside. Suddenly, I found myself in a whole new world. I explored this unknown land, collecting new materials and blocks. After a while of traveling, I found myself lost in a blackstone delta.
Who dares enter my rest?
From the top of the deltas, a massive Hydra appeared. I can't ever catch a break, can I? The Hydra spotted me and crashed down towards me. Before I could react, the Hydra had knocked me unconscious. I woke up on day 65 through 71 in a cage. Great. How am I ever gonna find the Holy Grail now?
Psst. I might be able to help you.
I looked around me and saw a ghost.
This sword has been hidden by the Hydra for ages. It should be strong enough to get you.
I grabbed the sword and shot right through the bars, creating an opening for me to escape through. Wow! Thanks! But why are you helping me? I turned to thank the ghost, but it was already gone. Well, I guess not all heroes were armored. But just then, I heard a roar close by. I snuck closer to where it came from and saw the Hydra approaching. I decided I could not let it terrorize this dimension. I had to do something. Hey, Ugly, come at me! The Hydra charged at me with all its might.
I see you escaped your cage. Don't worry. This time, I will make sure you die.
The Hydra was strong, but thanks to the new sword I got, I stood a chance. Whoa! This thing shoots out blades? We battled for what seemed like hours, until finally, I landed a finishing blow, killing the mighty Hydra. I can't believe it! I thought I was dead for sure. As the Hydra died, it dropped a Hydra Fang. This must be another piece needed to find the Holy Grail. With this progress, I headed home, unaware that someone was watching me.
Ah, that pesky fiend. My final titan will be much stronger than anything that Numbnut has faced so far. It's time he dies.
On day 72 through 79, I explored the lands on Al when I was approached by another knight.
Cecilio! I'm a huge fan. It would be an honor to face you in jousting.
I don't know, I'm kinda in the middle of something.
If you win, you can have my enchanted shield.
Deal! We positioned ourselves opposite of one another, ready to joust. In a flash, we charged at each other. As we closed in on each other, I raised my sword and struck, knocking him down.
Bravo, Cecilio! Just what I expected from the great Cilio. Here, you deserve this.
The knight handed me his shield and rode off. This will definitely come in handy. I spent days 80 through 86 finishing my base, adding interior and a dragon's nest for Rupert. It's finally complete, and it looks even better than I thought it would. After finishing the base, a pixie came to me in panic.
Please, brave knight. Our village is being attacked by a monstrous dragon. We need your help.
Slaying dragons is my specialty. Lead the way. I followed the pixie to her village on Rupert and found the dragon wreaking havoc.
Ah, the knight Rathalos mentioned. I will crush you with the power of 1,000 freezing winds.
The dragon was much bigger and stronger than anything I had faced before. I wasn't gonna stand around and wait for it to attack. Thankfully, I had Rupert on my side. We launched into aerial combat, trading powerful attacks.
Puny knight, allow me to show you what real power is.
Rupert quickly sent a wave of fire at the dragon, causing it to crash down into the forest. I took my chance and jumped right at the dragon, piercing it with my sword. We did it, Rupert! We make a pretty awesome team.
You said it.
Thank you, kind sir. Allow us to enchant your gear as thanks. It's the least we can do.
Wow, that would be awesome! I received my new, powerful enchanted sword. But before I left, I noticed that the dragon had dropped something. Dragon's blood? That must be the final piece I need to get through that gate! On days 87 through 92, I gathered all the crafting material I had obtained on my journeys. The sapphire, the siren tear, the hydra fang, and the dragon's blood. I combined them on my crafting table and made the key to the holy gates! I finally did it! It's time to save the king! Before heading off on my journey, I decided to say goodbye to my friends.
Be careful, okay? I don't know what I would do if another of my masters died.
Are you sure you don't want us to come with you?
I have to do this alone, but don't worry. I know I can do this. I headed off and finally made it back to the massive gate. I took the key out of my inventory, and suddenly, everything went blank. I woke up on days 93 through 99. In the end. This must be where the Holy Grail is. I found myself at a dead end. I could see the Holy Grail on another island, but there was no way to get there. This is impossible! I'll never get the Holy Grail. Just then, I heard a voice. Huh. Maybe if I believe there's a way, the path will reveal itself. I slowly took a step forwards into the nothingness, believing that I would hit solid ground. And when I opened my eyes, a bridge had suddenly appeared. It worked! I made my way across, and finally, I had made it to the Holy Grail! This is it! After everything I have been through, I finally found it!
Yes, Cilio, you have proven to be worthy. You have much to be proud of, but first, go home and save your king.
Thank you, I will! On day 100, I made my way back to the kingdom.
Thank God you're back, Cilio. The king is barely alive.
I ran up to the king and gave him the Holy Grail.
Cilio? You did it! You saved me!
Just doing my job.
Oh, Cilio, how can I ever repay you?
But I didn't have time to respond before we heard screams outside. I better go check that out. You stay here and rest. I ran out and stood face to face with Rathalos.
Your time is up, Cilio. I have had enough of you!
Rathalos charged at me, and we started fighting.
You dare stand up to me! I'll put you in your place!
I don't know if I can keep this up for much longer. But just then, Al came running and picked me up, whilst Rupert attacked Rathalos from behind.
Don't you dare touch my friend.
Together, we fought Rathalos and managed to overpower him.
No! This can't be!
I raised my sword one last time, striking down Rathalos and surviving 100 days as a knight. A lot of work went into this video, and it would make my day if you could like, subscribe, and leave a comment on what video you would like to see me do next.